Hi there, I'm Brent Calmer. Welcome to my channel where the goal is to help you appreciate even more of the scents you love by understanding a little bit more about what goes into them. And in this episode of Fragrance Icons, we'll be covering one of the most successful men's fragrances of all time. That's Davidoff's Cool Water. Let's get started. You might think of Cool Water as the original blue scent that came to define and still defines the men's fragrance market today. Technically, it's an aromatic fougere, but it incorporates oceanic elements to it and has a powerful freshness that, while it has been imitated many, many times, has never been surpassed in its original composition. Next up, let's take a look at the notes in Cool Water. But first, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please leave a like or a comment, or subscribe, that would be great too. Let's take a look at the perfume pyramid. There's an energetic opening burst in Cool Water, and that is courtesy of the kind of marine notes, the mint, green notes, which really translates to me as kind of a green apple, a cologne, which we'll speak a little bit about later. And then it dries down into sandalwood, neroli, geranium, jasmine, and then further into a kind of musky tobacco, oak moss, cedar, and ambergris. Now, all of those notes are really what people detect. To me, the prominence goes to the marine notes, the mint, lavender, and that kind of green apple before descending into a kind of warm, amber, musky skin scent in the dry down. As always, Luca Turin, author of Perfumes, captures this best in saying that Cool Water belongs to the category of things done right the first time, like the Windsurfer and the Boeing 707. Countless imitations, extensions, variations, and complications failed to improve on it or add a jot of interest to this cheerful, abstract, cheap, and lethally effective formula of crabapple, woody citrus, amber, and musk. And now it's time for the brief science geek out. And one of the ingredients that gives Cool Water its oceanic signature is called cologne. It imparts an ozonic kind of melon scent some people compare to sea breeze. Interestingly, cologne was discovered by accident. According to Davidoff of Fragrantica, chemists at a small perfume house owned by Pfizer were working on a more affordable tranquilizer, and they happened upon cologne in 1966, and this of course became a boon to the fragrance industry. If you're interested in what cologne smells like in overdose, check out Issey Miyake's L'Odyssée. That is kind of a masterpiece of 90s perfumery, and cologne is at the forefront of that composition. A perhaps more dominant ingredient in Cool Water is called dihydromercenol, and this imparts a powerful fresh lime aspect to a fragrance. Now, this is really at the core of the Cool Water scent, and perhaps sadly has been replicated so many times that dihydromercenol has kind of gotten a bad reputation in some quarters of the perfume industry for being overused. But as is almost always the case, the original application of it in Cool Water remains one of the most powerful and pleasing. Now, as you might suspect with a fragrance as successful as Cool Water, it has become a victim of its own success in some ways, because the composition has been so widely imitated, not just in perfumery, but also in functional fragrance applications such as body washes, detergents, deodorants, and so forth. But as I said at the beginning, the original genius of the composition stands apart from all of its imitations. An interesting aspect to the Cool Water story is that it was released by a company not particularly known for fragrance. It was released by Davidoff, which is known, at the time at least, more for making cigars than for making fragrances. Ash over at Gent Sense comments that he has heard from a reliable source that many fragrance houses passed on Cool Water until Davidoff recognized its greatness and agreed to release it, and of course, the rest is history. So there you have it. That in a nutshell is the story of Cool Water, one of the most successful fragrances of all time. It's been a joy having you with me. If there are other fragrances you'd like to see covered in this series, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.